Yeah, so there's a bit to that question. I'd say within dysfunctionality of our current political system, there's a combination of stupid people, like you say. It just probably shouldn't be there, but they are there. And then there are some people that have probably been bribed, and we can get onto who I think they might be bribed by in a minute. And then perhaps a smaller part of that are corrupt and bribed, or just in on it, or orchestrators. They actually are the real movers. I don't think everyone in government's corrupt, but I do still think there are some good people trying to do good work in this current political system, that's for sure. And that took me a while to realize that, but I do still think that that's the case. I just think at certain key parts in certain linchpin, I don't know, maybe government departments and people, I do believe that they've been compromised. And then who they've been compromised by is generally it's kind of up for debate amongst people in the truth community until you get to a certain point. But you could say that essentially there's big money in like certain corporations that lobby the government. So that's that is with intent. That's not just stupid. That's like, okay, my company might harm the environment, but to get around that, I'm going to bribe a politician to pass a law so that my company. That's one layer to it. That's a concerted effort. But then you think about it, if you've got enough of these kind of companies together, enough of these kind of rich individuals together that realize that when they have enough money and power together, they can influence politics. And then think you start to get onto the next layer of it, if you like, where this is where people get into like the shadow government. And if you wanted like a very easy to find example would be the World Economic Forum. A lot of people know about that. That's a nice finger point to people too, because you can just Google that, you can look at it, you can see who's in it, you can see there's all these wealthy individuals around the world. We just sort of guess at what they talk about at these meetings, right? But that's where some of the theories come in. But I do believe there is a concerted effort from a small group of people that they want to try and maintain their control and power. That doesn't seem too far-fetched. It's just how deep has it actually gone? And then when you start to perhaps think about some of these people might actually be psychopaths. They're not like your average human. They don't have empathy in the same way we do. They don't care if they destroy the lives of tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people if they get rich, because that's just how they're wired, right? So if these people get into positions of power, that's quite concerning. So you got the World Economic Forum. Then if you wanted to go as far as most people generally go on this level, is like the elite banking families who controls the actual banking systems around the world, and that was generally attributed to people like the Rothschild.